My young love said to me, my mother won't mind, and my father won't spite you for your lack of kind. And she stepped away from me and did say, it will not be long, love, till our wedding day. She stepped away from me, and she moved through the fair, and fondly I watched her go here and go there, and she went her way homeward with one star away, as the swan in the evening moved over the lake.
Get out of my way!
You're always so angry.
Caledonia, get back here.
Hello there. Things are very strange tonight. I don't really know what's happening. I'm getting pauses and rewinds and my trackpad's acting all weird. So can I just confirm? Can I be heard? Can I be seen? I think I can. I mean, well, my face is looking off her head tonight. That's because I've got the blind shut and it's a bit quite dark in the studio. But if someone can just confirm that I can be heard and I can be seen. All good. Jim, thanks very much. Right, that means I can switch my face off on that screen and get to it, right? So we drink first. And before I get started, I don't have an agenda tonight. Not an official one anyway. I've got an agenda in my head. But before I get started, I'll say a few hellos. So hello, first of all, to Rose, who was in here straight away about 2 hours ago. Oh, popped up. That was about 2 hours ago Rose was in here. Rose is always first to get in. And then our Lord Derek, who is an actual lord who has a little, what did you say, about a metre or a yard of square of land in Scotland there, Derek. Right, Jim, hello Jim, 25-minute countdown, so you were here 25 minutes ago, okay. Drone shots, how you doing? I'm a wee bit all over the place tonight. Right, so there's Al McEwen, good Scottish name, from British Columbia, Canada. Oh, and this isn't even just a hello, this is just bought my first Mini 2, but the Mini 3 looks great. Maybe I will snag 2 drones. The wife wouldn't know the difference. Aye, she will. But I've got a thing to say about that, actually. So just don't make a decision just yet. Don't press that buy button just for the moment, Al, because I've got something that I might say about that, okay? Oh, even though Jim says go for it, Al, you'll not be disappointed. Aye, you won't be disappointed if you get a Mini 3, I can guarantee it. But just hold your horses. I've got something to show you tonight on this live stream that might make you want to rethink that, okay? John, how you doing? You all right? While you're here, I might as well give a wee COVID update. Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed this entire week. I'm not any worse, right? But I'm not any better at all. It's the weirdest thing, you know. I'm not going to harp on and on about it, but it's the same as I've had. Getting really tired all the time, even just sitting in my arse doing nothing tires me out. Still get the chest, as you can probably hear, and the cough if I talk too much. And I'm doing an hour live stream tonight. Will I be talking too much? Probably. But I've got a nice wee drink. No alcohol yet, by the way. I still haven't had a wee whiskey. Haven't had any alcohol 6 weeks now. And that's probably why I'm losing a bit of weight. Although I haven't been eating much either, because my appetite's way down and everything tastes bland too. So I've not really been eating all that much either, which is a good thing. I'm losing weight. Right, anyway, stop whittering on and on. Right, oh, ow, see, there you go. Jim has talked you into it. A great retirement hobby. It is. I mean, I'm not retired yet, but the droning is a great retirement hobby. It's a great hobby even if you're not retired. But just hold on to that thought about the Mini 3, just till I show you something in a few minutes, alright? R.S. Mickey Moo. Hello, Robert. Had to nip out for some fish and chips. Okay. I don't know if you're back in then, if you're still out getting your fish and chips. What do you take on it? Do you take salt and vinegar, brown sauce, red sauce? Who knows? Right, Cyril, good evening. I hope you're well. Aye, Cyril, thanks. I just said, I'm no any worse. Put it that way. I'm no any worse than I was. I wish I was a bit better, but I'm just the same. Anyway, Jim, good to see you. It's always good to see you, Jim. Glad you could make it in. I know sometimes you can't make it. How's your health, pal? Are you doing okay too? I know you're still recovering from a big op that you had, so I hope you're doing all right there. Okay, right. Oh my God, there's so many hellos. I'll get through a few minutes. Wait, Wenby says yo. That was good, quick. Right, okay. Barry, evening. How you doing? John, I just watched a video of John's earlier on. Really nice video. Aye, you're right, John. Your editing's coming on. A treat. Your flying's very smooth, nice and cinematic. So I'm enjoying watching your stuff. Right. Caroline, I just watched one of Caroline's videos as well, one that you hadn't intended to put up, and I'm so glad you did, because it wasn't just a bit flipping and looping and all that, which is okay, but this was a nice wee one. I liked that with a nice dramatic music too. Wasn't overly dramatic, okay? Right, Dawn, not racing tonight, so I've managed to catch you live, and you're no racing. What you mean, like racing or just your head's racing? I don't know. Right, Rosie, aye, I am looking a bit rosy. I'm looking very red. I think it's because it's getting dark in here, you know. I maybe need to open those blinds a wee bit again. But it is looking a bit dark. Right, okay, Gerard McGlinchey. All good, thanks, Gerard. Right, confirmed okay. Right, we're getting there. Right, okay, Smithy FPV. Hi, hello. I've been messing about with my DJI FPV on the simulator. I wasn't getting on very well until I changed a lot of the settings. The 3 of the row, I forget what it is, the settings you can change in there, and it's actually a lot easier to fly now than it was. So I might be doing a wee bit of FPVing soon-ish. Al, good evening. Robert, how you doing there? Right, Highlands Uncovered, like your name. Robert, buddy, just got my Mini 2. I've started watching your videos. Good, I hope you're enjoying them. I hope you learn a wee bit. I've learned a lot myself as I've just been using it and trying different things out and seeing what it can do and what it can't do and how much weight will it carry and will it fly in a storm, will it fly in the snow, things like that. What will happen if I crash it over there behind my back? Can I find it again? So I've been doing all of those things over the past year and a half just to find out for myself what they're capable of doing. So I hope you enjoy the content, and I'll be looking out for some content from you as well. Martin Ridge, is that Ridge? Hi Robert, good to see you here again. Question, I've got a question. Okay, right. I mean, we've got plenty of time tonight, so here's an early question. Do you think the set RTH altitude should also be reached when you're on a higher altitude before the RTH sets in? Right, Martin, I couldn't quite follow that question, but here's an answer anyway, right? I have made a couple of videos that might answer this question, right? One where I am up a hill, and it's got quite a steep drop off. It's not a cliff edge, but it's Loudon Hill, and it's pretty steep. And I fly right down to way down. I think it's minus 100 meters or minus 200 meters in altitude that I fly the drone, and then I hit RTH. And I'm not telling you what happens. You have to watch the video for yourself. And in another video, I go down to the bottom of a hill, right? And I fly the drone up to the top of the hill, and I have it sitting maybe 2 feet off the ground, and then I hit RTH, right? And the RTH is set below the height of the top of the hill. So I'm not going to tell you what happens there either, whether it comes down and crashes into the ground or not. You'll have to watch that for yourself. But those two videos may answer that highly convoluted question you've put up there. So I hope that answer satisfies you. It doesn't, go and find those videos on my channel and watch them. Right. Moving along, Fish Diaries, hello, how you doing? Lynn Smith, Lynn, hello, good evening to you, how you doing? Oh, we were jumping about again. Doogie, how you doing, Doogie? All right. Tourist67, good evening, Rob. Good evening, Tourist67 to you. I like that colour you've got in your tea there, you know, that nice green with a kind of yellowish. It's kind of eye-catching. I don't know if you do that on purpose or if it just does it itself. Right, Darren McCall says, hey Robert, McCall. He was the equaliser, wasn't he? Aye, he was. He wasn't Darren McCall, though. He was a different McCall. Right. Okay, Scott. 95 in Texas. It's 95. Oh, my goodness. It's been pretty warm here today, but by our standards, I think it maybe hit 22. Right. I don't know what that is in old money Fahrenheit. Probably about 70, 72, something. I don't know. Right. Some lag. Aye, that's one of the strange things that's been going on. I have been getting lag, and I'm getting this funny thing happening here with my, the I'm using a green screen tonight, and it's not really working out the way I wanted it to work out. Let me go and stick a light on and see if that helps. No, it made things worse. Right, I opening the blinds up a bit. Oh my God, what's happening here? At least if I collapse and have a heart attack, somebody will be able to call an ambulance, I suppose. Right, things are all kind of over the place tonight, and there is some lag happening too, which is not great. I can see that there's lag up. It says I've got an excellent connection. In fact, I'll flick that over and you can see it yourself, I think. Aye, see up here it says excellent connection, but I don't know if it is all that excellent, to be honest with you. Oh, aye, there's definitely a bit of lag going on. Anyway, right, so what are we doing? 10 past. Let me finish off with a few. Aye, Jim. Yeah, I don't know what's causing it, other than maybe at this time of night there's a lot of people are starting to use the internet. And because I live right out in the sticks, I think we all share the same bandwidth. So, aye, it's not very good, and I'm a wee bit worried about that. However, there's not much I can do about it. It is what it is. I'm sorry. Aye, right. Okay. I don't know why that would be. Right, let me see. I don't know if you're still with me or not, or if I've lost everybody. What I'll do is I'm going to play this video. This is a video that is coming out tonight when this live stream's finished. It's going to be published at 8 o'clock. But I'll play it now, and hopefully you'll be able to see it and hear it without too much lag. So here it is up here. If you live in Europe and you're a drone flyer, you're probably flying your drone in CE mode. If you live in America and other parts of the world, you might be flying in FCC mode. Now many people think, and they might be right, that flying in CE mode restricts your signal strength and restricts the range that you can fly your drone, whereas in FCC mode you can fly much further and have a much stronger signal strength. I thought I would test this out in real life, so I downloaded an FCC hack and I installed it on Lassie, my DJI Mini 2 drone, and took her out to Loch Doon and flew her over Loch Doon in CE mode, and then did the same flight at the same height, but this time in FCC mode, just to see if there's a difference. Here's a side-by-side comparison of the two flights.
Plant a tree up on the hill, and days go by on your windowsill, then you're standing in its shade. Raise your children tall and proud. Chase away the lightning clouds until you finally get old and gray. We all fade away. Plant a flag and make a stand. Build a fence around your land. But by and by, the stones will crumble down. Spend your life for what it's worth, but one day you'll return to earth and leave your DNA above the ground. So I guess you'll still be around. Through all the troubles that we go through in our lives, and all the time we're wasting living up our lives. Whoa, we're only here for a short while. Better take it with a smile and try. Take it all in stride. All in stride. Fear will hold you in your place. Hide inside, don't show your face, and maybe it'll all just go away. But one day you might ask yourself, are all my dreams up on a shelf? And all I have to show is this wasted time. No rhythm and no rhyme. All the troubles that we go through in our lives, and all the time we're wasting living up our lives. Whoa, we're only here for a short while. Better take it with a smile. Whoa, the past is gone forever. You better leave it all behind and try to take it all in stride. Whoa, we're only here for a short while. You better take it with a smile. Whoa, the past is gone forever. You better leave it all behind. Whoa, the past is gone forever. You better leave it all behind and try.
Battery level is low. The aircraft will go to the home point in 10 seconds.
Well, it seems that the FCC mode didn't do too well, did it? Now, that could be because the particular app that I downloaded, and it cost me €24 by the way, either didn't work, or I hadn't installed it properly, or something else had gone wrong. Before I reveal what that hack is, I'm going to take Lassie, my DJI Mini 2, out to an urban area and fly her over an area where there's probably a high possibility of signal interference, and I'll fly her the same flight in CE mode and FCC mode to see if there's a difference. That video's not available yet because I haven't made it yet, but when I do make it, it'll be up there for you to click on. Meanwhile, if you'd like to give us a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed to the channel, you might fancy subscribing. Right, so there we go. I'm going to turn this this green screen thingy off. I've removed it anyway, so bear with me a wee second while I just see if I can turn it off. Right, how's that? Okay, and if I go into this and that and turn off that, aye, that's looking a wee bit better, I think. Right, okay, we're back to normal there, but I don't know if it's going to stop the stuttering. I've got no idea what's going on there other than the bandwidth is being used up by the whole village. I don't know. Anyway, so I hope the stream's back to normal a wee bit now. So a couple of things about that video. Well, first of all, to get it a wee bit brighter. Right, first of all, somebody asked, was it Jim? Jim asked, are you using a filter in the video? No, there was no filter on Lassie at any point, and the footage was really quite incredible, especially on the way back when I went full screen. I thought the footage was incredible, and that's why Alice said just hold on about the Mini 3 until you see some footage. The footage there from that, the Mini 2 on auto settings with no filter, 4K 30 frames per second, and you're only seeing it at 1080p here because this stream is only in 1080. But when I post the video, it's getting posted at 8 o'clock. If you can watch it in 4K, that you'll be able to see the remarkable footage that's directly from the Mini 2. So, you know, if you pay the extra for the Mini 3, like I said before, you're getting some extra features. You might be getting a slightly better camera, but the camera is fantastic on the Mini 2. Right, so enough about that. Right, Jim Mollison. My favourite, I tend to drink Glenmorangie when I can as my single malt, but I can't. I'm not drinking any alcohol just now because of this COVID thing. I'm just drinking water with a flavoured with a wee bit of blackcurrant or a bit of orange, which is a bummer, but there you go. I usually drink Glenmorangie when and a lot of people slag that off, but I quite like it. Anyway, right, give the stream a thumbs up. Can you do that? I didn't even know if you could give a stream a thumbs up, but if you can, aye, get a thumbs up. So that was Caroline that said that. Oh, right, like I said, I'm a bit all over the place tonight, and I've had a few pills because this pain in my back that's making my head a wee bit woozy. So it's much clearer now. I think it was the green screen that was causing the lag. It can't be causing the lag, no way. But if it's good here, then that's fine. Right, so here's the thing about the hack, the FCC hack. There are quite a lot of them that you can get apparently. Now, I bought that one. I paid €24 for that one because, and the reason I went with this one is because it had been recommended by quite a few YouTubers, and I had read quite a bit saying that it was, thanks Rod, that it worked fantastic. It had a lot of testimonials, and I know you can't really trust a lot of testimonials, but it looked okay to me. And because you have to pay for it, I thought, well, you know, it's going to be something worthwhile. So here it is. I'll put it on the screen. Here's the one that I bought right there. Okay, it's from Drone Tweaks. Okay, and this is the one here. You get it for iOS, and you get it for Android as well. And you can get it for these I think it looks like there's more pages. I don't know what these. Right, so you can get it for all these different drones here, right? But here's the thing. Hold on, I can bring myself up that wee screen. Aye, right, so here's the thing, right? Don't just go and buy that straight away, because there's quite a few things I want to say about it. First of all, it was rubbish, right? You saw that, you saw in the video, without flying in CE mode with the normal DJI Fly app was really good. I got to almost 2.5 kilometres before the return to home battery signal off. Now, you know that I often push on through that, and I could have done because she was flying into a headwind in it, so I had quite a good tailwind, so I could have taken her to, I reckon, 3 kilometres quite easily, and still have at least 3 orange bars, right? Because at no point did Lassie ever go into 2 orange bars while she was flying in CE mode. The worst she got to was 3 orange bars. Now for me, that's still acceptable. Once you get into 2 orange bars, that's the time to start thinking, right, if I don't want to go for a walk, I need to try bringing her home. But in FCC mode, she was in 2 orange bars, I think in about 740 metres or something. You can watch the video later on to take a note of when exactly that is. But I think it's about 3/4 of a kilometre away. And that was with the FCC hack, which is supposed to give you a better signal strength and allow you to fly further. So maybe if there's anyone in here, well, I know Scott's in and there's anyone else in from the USA. There's a few people in from the USA. If you're flying in FCC, do you get a better signal strength than I was getting? Do you get to at least 2.5 kilometres with still a good signal, or are you getting much further than that? Because I didn't. So anyway, I'm getting myself sidetracked here. So drone tweaks, where I got that particular hack from, I currently don't recommend it, but I haven't finished yet, because I do still want to go out and try flying in over a village or over a wee town where there's going to be a lot of interference, and see if it makes a difference then. John, thanks very much for the tip through Super Chat. Thanks very much for the show. Watch your coins dropping. Look, drop into that tip jar. Ding, ding, ding. I love that wee thing. Thanks very much for that. So I'm going to go out to an urban area, and I'm going to do the same test there. And I'll be watching very, very carefully so that I don't completely lose the signal. But so far, I'm not impressed with this particular one. That one there, okay? I'm not particularly impressed with it. So, hold your horses on that one. There is another one that I'll speak about in just a second. Right, Mark says, I get about the same here. And you say, what do you mean the same, Mark? Do you mean you get about 2.5 kilometres? Well, that'd be about 1 3/4 miles with a similar signal. So you're not getting any better than we are getting here with this in CE mode. Because that's the big thing. Not everyone, but a lot of people seem to think that we are somehow being restricted and being held back in Europe because we are restricted to CE mode, and all you guys in America and I think Canada too, and is it also in Australia and some other places, have got freedom to fly for 100 miles. You can fly anywhere with massive signal strength. I think that's a bit of a myth. I don't think FCC is any better. And if that FCC hack really was an FCC hack, then I've just proven it. So, but I do want to test it again in the urban area. Now, somebody said I saw that. Right, Caroline says the FCC hack on the FPV Air and Vista transmitters works a treat. CE mode sucks. Right, Caroline, I actually hacked my DJI FPV, and I put a video up about it. I used an FCC hack, and I got an extra almost a kilometre before the signal strength was completely lost. That wasn't from FCC. That wasn't from this drone tweaks. That was another one, and if I remember rightly, I didn't pay for it. It was a free one, Drone Hacks, I think it was, and it worked very well. Jim, goodness me, thanks very much for that super chat, Jim. That's incredibly generous of you again. Thanks so much for that. I'm pretty speechless at that. Thanks very much, Jim. Kind of made me lose my therapy with it. Aye, Caroline. There you go, Jim. Your wee poppy up thing. So the hack, the FCC hack, does work. It did work for me previously with my FPV drone from a different place. All I wanted to really highlight here was that if anyone is going to hack their drone, whatever drone it may be, with an FCC hack, be careful where you get it from, because this one cost me €24, and I was fooled myself into believing that because I paid for it, it would work. It would, of course, it would work, and it didn't. And the one previously that I used in my FPV drone, where I didn't pay for, I think it was you down. I can't even remember where I got it from. You downloaded it, and it did work. Now, what I will do is, after I've gone out and I've done the urban test with this one from Drone Tweaks, I will then try to remember and try to find where I got the original one for my FPV drone, and I'll download that onto the Mini 2, and I'll go out and I'll test it again. And any other free ones that I can find, I will download, install, and go out and test, and make it'll be a lot shorter videos about them. I won't be paying for any more, because it's quite clear that paying doesn't get you any better of an app than getting a free one. And the other thing that I want to say about Drone Tweaks is that the one there? Aye. The other thing I want to say about them is, it was very, very difficult to install. You have to go through a lot of hoops, especially if you have an iOS. You have to fill in a form with your UDID number, so that it can... I hope I haven't been hacked by doing this, to allow the software to work on your drone. Oh, hello. Graham, thanks very much for the super chat. There you are. Thanks for that super chat. Really appreciate that. And that's a nice wee poppy up sound you get. So I don't know what I was saying there. I keep losing track with the super chats, but thanks very much. I think I was saying, so you have to jump through quite a lot of hoops and to get it to actually install. And it took me about 2 hours, because it wouldn't install, and then I had to uninstall it, and I had to try again, and you have to click on a few links on the email that they send you, and it's a really complicated procedure. And I remember when I did the FCC hack on my DJI FPV drone, it wasn't a complicated procedure. It was very, very simple, actually. It only took me about 2 minutes. So I am going to try and... I think it was a place called Drone Hacks. I'm not sure. I'm going to have a look at that one after I've done this. But having it confirmed there from at least one American, and maybe if we've got more people in the chat who are in an FCC environment, if they can confirm as well that... Oh no, Caroline, thanks very much for the super chat, but I'm going to lose track of what I was saying there. Right, I'll try and catch up again. Right, so we have at least one American, thanks, who has confirmed that their FCC mode isn't getting them any better signal strength or distance than we are getting on CE mode. Did that subscription just bounce right up out and then bounce down past the clock? Right, anyway, so they're not getting any better of a signal strength or a range than we're getting. Now, I don't think range really comes into it anyway, because it's in the year and a half that I've been flying Lassie, the only thing that has compromised the range that I can get from her is in a wilderness environment is the battery life. That's it, because her signal strength will last further than our battery will, or at least until you get the return to home message. That's in a wilderness environment. In an urban environment, I don't fly much urban environments, but it could be different there. But so I'm thinking that even if I find an FCC hack that really works, and I get a full signal strength of five full white bars right out as far as you can go, she's still only going to be able to go 2.5-3 kilometres before I get the return to home message anyway. So I don't really know if an FCC hack is worth it. Having said that, Caroline did say a way back, I'm scrolling back and looking, I'll never be able to find it, there's a gazillion messages in the chat, but Caroline did say that CE mode is rubbish for FPVs, right? I don't know, I've found, I flew Laddie, he's an FPV drone of a sort. I flew him, I think 2 kilometres before I get a return to home message low, and he had no issues with the signal at all, and that was in CE mode. And now an FPV drone, maybe, Caroline, you're talking about if you're down flying between trees and under bushes and maybe through under bridges and through wee tunnels and things, you're going to need a really, really strong signal, and the CE just doesn't cut it. Is that what you were saying? FCC is going to give you a stronger signal in those situations where your drone may be going through trees and underneath, behind, very briefly, behind things, and a stronger signal from the FCC mode might help then. Is that what you're saying? Anyway, I think it is. So, right, let me scroll back a wee bit. You all threw me off with the super chats there, and I really appreciate them. Thanks very much. But you threw me right all over the place. Right, so, right, we'll go back here. Aye, there you go. John says, I think it was the green screen, mate. You were talking about the stuttering that was going on. I don't know why. I can't really understand how that would do it. But, you know, the stuttering, if you're all saying it is cleared up, and I'm not quite as red in the face now, so maybe getting a bit of a better reflection from the white things back behind me now. So that might have been the green screen, right? No lag or stuttering during that vid, says Gaz. That's good as well. Now, here's what I want to say as well, right? There's 46 people in the chat just now. I did have 56 a minute ago. I must have said something that put people off, but that's 46 views I would like to have on the video at 8 o'clock, just because you've seen it here. Still watch it on the channel, because you can watch it in 4K. You only just saw it in 1080p there, and most of the video only needs 1080p because it's a telemetry shot in the FCC mode. It's a 4K shot on the CE mode, but if you want to see the return journey, Lassie's return journey, it's absolutely glorious in 4K. Then you need to watch the video at 8 o'clock or later on. Okay, oh, that's somebody else. Angel Boostar, thanks very much for the super chat. I think I can I put you up here? I can. Boom. Boom. Oh, I can. Pennies of the tank. The tank that's attached to the car is back at the doctor's. I don't really want to go into that. It's back at the doctor's. It's. I had to get it uplifted. They had to bring a low loader down from Glasgow, and I live just outside Ayr. Lift it up and take it away because it's an semi-automatic, and it wouldn't select gear, and it was stuck across half of the road. It wouldn't select gear, so they've taken it away. I just got a call for the guy the other day. It's going to cost me, he says, £2,020 to fix. So I told him, take your time. Angel, it won't be getting into the tank for a wee while yet, but when I get the car back, it'll be getting into the tank. Right. So, right, John says, isn't it the case 2.4 for open space and 5.8 for urban? Right, it's a good point, John. Now, that was what I also wasn't sure about. I have it set in auto, and I'm wondering if I'm in an urban environment, will it select the best one for it, or is it haphazard? Is it random? Should I select one? That's really, I appreciate these super chats. They're throwing me right off. Rose, thanks very much for that super chat. Really appreciate it. What was I saying? Should I select either of the two, either 2.4 or 5.8, and so that's not auto, sorry, dual. It's not going to flick between one or the other. And are you now saying, John, that in an urban environment I should select 5.8, and in an open air one I should select 2.4? Right, you probably answered that, because I'm going back here. Right, Mark says he seconds that about the green screen. Aye, much better quality. Yeah, it was a wee experiment. I had the green screen up when I did the video because I wanted a rolling video in the background, and I couldn't go out because of the cars away at the doctor, so I couldn't go out and film it. So I had to do it from in here. So it was a wee experiment. Excuse me, with the green screen, which seemed to work okay in the video, but seems to have failed miserably on the live stream, and I wouldn't be doing it again. Right, it's probably signal internet signal strength, because video also lagged in the beginning. Did it? All right, okay, I don't know. Here we go. A lot of people comment that they like the music that I pick in my videos. It's music that I really like, and it's maybe an age thing, but a lot of people seem to like it as well. Oh, thanks very much for the super chat. Really appreciate that. Do you know something with these super chats? I've just noticed that I really like that. Whenever anyone gives me a super chat, and I'll really appreciate it, thanks very much, it comes up in your own monetary denomination. Look at that. Is that Canadian dollars? And Jim's has come up in pounds, and I can't see any of the other ones here. Oh, they've all gone. But Rose's came up in, where is it? Oh, it's way down here. Rose, yours came up in, that's Filipino, I don't know what it is, Filipino things. Sorry, but I quite like that. I just noticed that, and that's quite a cool wee thing. Right, anyway, so, right, Jim says, why not do a masterclass for fellow amateurs? Invite your area. Jim, do you know something? One of the other subscribers here, I won't mention his name now, but he lives fairly close to me, and he has asked if I can start giving him some one-to-one tuition on what I do when I go out, the different cameras that I use, how I set them up, how I set up the audio, my thinking process, my planning process, then how I do all the film, and then what I do with the footage. How do I get it on in my editor to do all the different things that it does? He has asked if I can do that, and he said, look, it's worth tuition, it's worth a fee. So I'm still kind of pondering that idea, and you're mentioning it as well, saying a masterclass for fellow amateurs. It's something that I think a few people might be interested in, especially if we're all kind of in the same area. So Jim, I'm definitely going to be thinking of that. Right. PD Tech, you can only fly as far as your, oh my God, fly as your, as your battery will take you. Right. PD Tech, sorry, Martin. How's your thing not going up? Right, Martin, thanks very much for the super chat. That's euros, I believe. That's a sign for you. Euros. Throw me once more again. Right, that's a sign for you. Where are you, Reg? Is that a Dutch name? Are you from Netherlands, or I don't know? You'll be able to tell us once I scroll down. I'll be able to see it. So where in Europe are you from? Or you might be from Ireland. You could be from the Emerald Isle. Right, Caroline, I'm going to ring up what you're saying. I haven't read what you're saying yet, but it's always worth reading what you have to say. The DJI Air and Vista units only use 5.8 gigahertz to transmit, and CEFC modes have a bigger effect on the signal penetration. Wow! You've just given me a headache. Right, I don't really know what that means. I don't know what it means, but I am going to be doing some research into it, because I think especially for FPV drones, the CE mode versus the FCC mode is going to be quite important. For the reasons I've said, you're going to be flying probably behind trees, down into wee valleys, maybe behind some jutting out rocks and things like that. So I think your signal has to be really strong. I don't really know. I'm going to have to do some more. I'm going to have to do some more research on that just to find out. Anyway, right. Mark says, from my understanding on auto, it chooses whatever is stronger, which is why we see the signal drop and then jump back up. I have read that too, Mark. Excuse me a second. I've read that too, Mark, but I have also read a lot of people saying that you get a stronger connection, get a better connection if you actually physically pick one of the two bandwidths. Is that right? Bandwidths? For your flight, and you excuse me, sorry, you stick with that bandwidth. Oh my god. And you stick with that bandwidth for the entire flight. Now, I flew that one in auto or dual, which it was allowing it to select, and it was terrible. You saw that, it was terrible. So maybe I should go back out and try the other one. Try selecting 2.4 and flying, and then selecting 5.8 and flying, and see if there's a difference there. That might be worth doing as well. Yeah, I'll give that a wish. Rose, it's Philippine peso. Robert, thanks very much. I knew it was Philippine something, but I didn't know Philippine peso. Thanks very much. Right. Oh, hey, that was a good guess, wasn't it? It just seemed like your surname there, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Rage. It just seemed Dutch to me. I don't know. Anyway, right. There is an auto option. That's the one I had it on, Peter. It's called Dual, I think, and if you have it on Dual, it's supposed to switch to whichever is the best one for that particular moment in time. But and as Mark said, if it's switching between, you'll see it jumping up and down like that. But like I say, I have read and watched videos with some people saying it's better to stick to the one for the flight. But you know me, if you know my channel and you've been following me for a while, you know that I don't really take anybody's word for anything. I like to say, okay, you say this and you say that and you say what. I'll go and test it for myself and see. So I think the best thing to do is for me to go back out in my wife's wee car. You'll see her wee car if you watch the video again, sitting not far from where I am. And I think I'll just throw Lassie up in FCC mode, and I will select 2.4, send her out, and then I'll select 5.8, send her out, and I can do a side-by-side comparison as well. Because I think we need to know, I need to know the answer. Lord Derek says he would like master classes. That's what I need. Well, listen, Derek, sorry, Lord, your lordship, I'm no master, but I could certainly pass on what I have learned myself through my experiences, through trying everything over the past year and a half. That's something I have to consider. If anybody wants to go into the community section of the channel, I'll create a wee poll, and your comments would be appreciated there about if I was going to do some kind of masterclass or tuition one-to-one type things. How would I go about it? What would be the best way? What would you be looking for? Could even do it in Zoom if it's someone that that would like to pick my brains on a bit of editing. We could do a Zoom call or one of those things. You know, it's all doable. So anyway, aye. So another wee thought, aye. Right, Cyril says, has anyone used the battery plus for the Mini 3? Oh, that's a good one. And hopefully some people will have answered you there and I can put the answers up. I know that a couple of subscribers have said to me that they've tried it out. There's Jim. Jim straight away saying it's brilliant. Jim, how many extra minutes did you get out of that? I'm not sure if you did or no. There you go. What's Caroline saying? I love that we all owe a debt to the movie star Hedy Lamarr for her ability to fly drones. She was a pivotal part of the team that invented frequency hopping that all of radio used. Really, Hedy Lamarr did that? And not Hedley Lamarr from Blazing Saddles. Hedy Lamarr. Oh, I didn't know that, right. Pronounced Ray. Ah, very good. Martin Ray. Ah, okay. From Holland. How are you doing? It all depends on your environment. Don't know what you mean there, Mark, if you're talking about selecting 5.8 or 2.4 depending on your environment. Somebody earlier, forget who it was, sorry, said you should pick 2.4 when you're in an urban one. Was that, sorry, when you're in an open one, was that right? And 5.8 in an urban one, because 5.8 is stronger, and you need a stronger signal. That would kind of make sense to me. I agree, amazing fact, Caroline. It was a movie star. I didn't think that, but there you go. Anyway. Cyril, I don't seem to get a lot of flying time with the standard battery, guys. I did a test, Cyril. It's on, there's a video up, and I fly Caledonia, my Mini 3, with a fully charged standard battery, and I don't fly her beyond, I think, 400 metres. And she's flying just normally around about, doing some parallaxes, just doing a couple of stops, going into sports mode for about 30 seconds, just the kind of things that you might normally do in a flight. And at the very end of the flight, it shows you exactly how much flight time she got. And I also do it with my Mini 2, so I do a comparison with the two of them so you can see just how much. Now, I can't remember off the top of my head exactly how much longer you get, but I think it was something like 5, maybe 6 minutes longer with the standard Mini 3 battery than you do with the standard Mini 2 battery. I don't have an extended Mini 3 battery, so I can't test, but some of the guys in here, and when I say guys, that's not a male thing, it's you guys. That's to encompass everyone. I hate that, you guys. Hey, you guys. But some of the people in the chat and some of the subscribers do have those, so, you know, hopefully you'll get the information from them. There's a great community section on my channel. Go in there and I'll post up some polls and people put comments up there about what they get. Because that's a question that a few people are obviously are right. All right, right. Okay. Jim, yeah. I did, because my car's... Arkansas Magnet Fisher, thanks very much for your sub. Jim, if you've noticed for the past 2 or 3 videos that I've been out, I've been out in Jay's wee white car. You'll have seen it with me. That's because mine is up in Glasgow, at the big specialist who has, it's the only garage in the whole of Scotland that works on Citroen automatic cars. So that's why I had to get it uplifted there. It's cost me a fortune, but however, but Jay, whenever she can, she lets me go in her car. But she works full time as well. So and she plays in a ukulele band, and she's hundreds of things she does. So, you know, the time that she can give me her car is very, very limited. But, you know, I will get it when I can. Right. Anyway, sorry. Right. I get you're trying to make a wee bucket to it, but when folks that have followed you from the start say hi, they need to respond. Ian, I'm really sorry. I don't know if you can see how fast the chat is going by. People are making comments all the time, and I'm trying to make eye contact with the camera so I can speak directly to everyone when I'm talking. So I miss a lot of the messages that go past. So if I miss you saying hello or hi, I apologise. I can't. You know, I sometimes miss them, and I try to scroll back and forward to try and get you know, try and see them all. But sometimes I miss them. So you have my apologies for that. Right, so Cyril's going to tell us, I believe, how much time he gets with the extended battery. And Cyril says 22 minutes, right? Okay. I think I get more than that with the normal battery. Maybe I've come in to this conversation at the wrong place, though. Right, so, hold on. Have you heard of the DJI Mini 3 without the obstacle avoidance? You turn it off. I rarely have the obstacle avoidance on in my Mini 3 there, John. I Headley Lamar, yeah. Right, could be the problem, don't know. Right. No, she is. She's got over that. She's got over that. Right, there you go. So there's your name came up twice. So I'm really sorry about that. I'm no. I don't. If there's a super chat comes in, it goes up, because. And the reason it goes up on the screen is because they all come up to the top of the chat. You can probably see them up there. They all appear at the top of the chat, so it's dead easy to click them. I don't have to scroll through to find anything. But if it's not a super chat, I may miss it. I may miss a message that goes by. All right? It's just the way things are. Right. Oh, there you go. Did. Right. Oh, there, Jim says he's getting over 40 minutes with the plus bar. Over 40 minutes, Jim? Ooh. I thought, I don't need one. I've got 3 standard batteries. What would I need that? If you're getting over 40 minutes, then that's definitely worth getting. But Jim, are you? Are you really? Have you got any proof of that? Have you got a wee video, a wee time thing running as you're doing it? No? I don't know. 40 minutes? I think that's a bit of a cool story, bro. Hey, maybe you did. I don't know. Right, but Jim also says new batteries need a few cycles to get settled. If you go out with your batteries the first time and fly, you're not going to get what you're going to get after you've had maybe half a dozen cycles of that battery. I know that from experience with the Mini 3 that I've recently had. I'm getting a lot more flight time. Well, I say a lot more. I'm getting 5 or 6 minutes more flight time now than I was when I first went out with the batteries, because they've been through a few cycles. Right. Oh, Gerard McGlinchey, don't change your surname, it does work. Gerard, I mentioned you way early on, right at the beginning of this thread. I only mentioned you once. I just didn't emphasise the McGlinchey part. But there you go. So, as I say, I don't really like to be spending my time doing this, looking down at the screen all the time. You know, I'm trying to, you know, have eye contact with. I give you some real eye contact. Oh, that's the thing about my eyes, that they have improved. They haven't improved. I'm not seeing like Superman or Lee Majors, the Bionic Man, or anything now. But the one that was iffy, I think it was this one. I don't know. Last week, it's improved now, and I'm seeing quite clearly. Look, both my eyes. So maybe I'm getting better. I could be getting better. There you go. Right, John says he's got a 249 gram battery. 249 gram battery. That's a heavyweight battery you've got there. Right, okay. Gaz says in urban areas, 2.4 channels tend to be full of Wi-Fi router signals. I tend to manually select 5.8, but always check before selecting flight. I think I'll do that, guys. I think when I go out, what I might do is when I go out to do the urban one, I might do a flight with it in the dual one where it can auto-select, and I might select the 2 other ones manually and let it fly there, and then do a comparison with the FCC mode, the CE mode too. So I might do that. That might be my next video. Right, oh, you're a bear. What time is it? Oh, good grief, it's only a minute to go. Right, I better start winding up. Right, thanks, DB. Hello there, how you doing? Right, Alex Mickey Moo, you've retracted a message. Maybe said something to upset you, I don't know. Right, okay, so I better go. We're down to less than a minute. Thanks very much. Sorry about the stuttering at the beginning. Sorry about the messing about. Hopefully it was the green screen. It's all fixed now. Anyway, don't forget to watch this video, okay, when it's on the channel. It's coming on in a few minutes' time. So hopefully I'll see you on next Sunday. And cheerio the new.